Well, hi and welcome back to my channel, the next in the continuing saga of the National 60 Special. Now, what's happened so far is I've removed all those smoothing caps that seem to be everywhere, replaced the paper ones, which were still pretty good, but after 65 years I think it's probably time they were changed. They were a little bit leaky, so I put new ones in. This here I'm leaving as is for now. It looks like these are resistors which are dropping the current through the heater chain, so to account for the missing valve, which should have dropped 35 volts, so we got to lose 35 volts in the heater chain somewhere. Later on I will monitor the current through there and make sure it's not more than 150 milliamps, but I think it will be about right. So there's that. There's those wire wound resistors there. There's also a 60 ohm resistor here, which is in series with the supply rail. So I think possibly the voltage was a bit high, and that was one way of dropping a little bit. I'm leaving that for now. We'll see how we get on. There's the new smoothing caps, a lot smaller than the old one, and the third one, which is the onto the cathode of the output valve. Tiny little thing down there. So that's the caps done. The next thing really would be to give it a try. Now, what I'm doing is actually going to run it at its intended voltage. Now I've got the problem here of trying to film it and and hold this. So what I'm going to do is just temporarily put this down, give you some loudspeakers to look at while I turn the chassis over, and you can see the setup for giving it a try. Okay, so all we've got now is just a piece of wire on there for an aerial, and we have the leads temporarily patch wired into the variac supply. I've labelled the top of the plug 117 volts in the vain hope that I won't inadvertently plug that into a 240 volt socket. On here I've measured where the American voltage for this radio will be. So I turned this up and measuring the voltage made sure that it was correct. So that's not a precise scale, but it's pretty good. So we have that. We have the dim bulb system down here, so we can put a bulb in which will protect it. If there's a short on this, it won't just fail on me. The bulb will light up instead. So we now have the supply to this on. The radio is on and turned up. So we can start applying the voltage to it. Let's switch this one on and then turn this up and see, remembering that we're not going very far because the American voltage is so much lower than ours in the UK. So I'm applying 80 volts there, and the bulb is beginning to glow. We haven't got a rectifier valve. We've got a semiconductor diode. Incidentally, I didn't point out that there is the socket where the valve would be, and plugged into it is an ordinary silicon diode plugged into the correct two pins. Now I didn't do that, but that's how to replace the valve, by shoving that in there. It's working. I'll leave it alone so for now. So we can come up a bit more in voltage now. giving it a little bit of a settle there. 100 volts, the bulb's come up a bit again. Looks brighter on the video than it does in real life. But I'm not hearing anything yet. And I may not until I've removed the bulb from the circuit. That far and no further. We are now on the 117 volt setting. I'm not hearing anything, but I suspect strongly that is because the dim bulb is taking most of the power. And as it's not giving problems, I'm going to now bring the voltage right back down, remove the bulb and put the blank in there. So we're now going direct, and I'll wind it up again. We're now at 100 volts, so I thought something might be happening soon. Give it time. Is it going to do anything? Yes, it is. I'm beginning to hear something. So it's quite a slow warm-up time. So we're not on the full voltage. I'll give it the rest. I'll give it up to the limit. It's now running on the correct voltage. So there's certainly reasonable volume there. And we're on the broadcast band, what we would call medium wave band here in the UK. And it's very noisy and scratchy. And it's certainly picking up stations, which is encouraging. I'll try a different band switch. That one seems to be dead. Yeah, there's something wrong there. Right, let's try the next one. Yeah, that's working. Now we're not going to pick up much on shortwave on the short piece of wire during the daytime, but I would say it's certainly operating. A lot of noise on that channel. And that's the high one, so that's probably not surprising. It's picking up all the switch mode power supplies and everything. So why it's dead on this one, I don't know. I think it's just the switch.
Season. I'm John Pant, and today's word is Eucharist. For some, mainly Roman Catholics, and here I'm going to quote, Eucharist is the summit towards which the activity of the church.
Yes, so it's just the switch. Needs a bit of cleaning.
Power flows. Words like the Vatican Council. It's
so there we are. So far, so good. it's actually picking stuff up. The next phase really will be to check the current going through the filament chain, which is not excessive because I'm not seeing the valves light up or anything, so it's not going to be far off. The current should be 150 milliamps. I need to find out what the actual HT should be on the plate of the final valve, and then I'll try and do some alignment on it. And what I'm suspecting, and I've said I think in each video so far, is that people have had these and they don't work very well. They're a bit noisy and scratchy, and they can't align them because they got the dreaded silver mica disease in the IF transformers. So we'll leave that one for now. I hope you enjoyed watching this one, and you can always give it a like and subscribe if you want to, and I'll catch you in the next one. So bye for now.